I really hope you got that sound. Good afternoon, guys. Today is Friday. I think it's May 1st, yeah. Today we're going up to the farm to see, how the loggers left it and everything. They should be out of there. At least I'm assuming they're moving out today because it hasn't rained in probably 12 hours, which is the most that it hasn't rained in the past few days. So I'm sure if they are trying to get out, they're probably hauling ass, so we'll see what happens. Last time we talked to loggers, they were pulling their mats out and they were done in the woods, but they still had a whole bunch of logs on the landing. It had to be sold. They had a whole bunch of logs that had to be bucked up yet. They had a whole bunch of stuff left to do. Not to mention they had to get all their equipment out. So that's what we're going to go see today. But it is a beautiful day, despite the fact that it's still pretty wet. It is a beautiful day out. It's 57 degrees, the truck says. 57 degrees and sunny. I guess it's a little overcast now, but it's pretty nice out. Other than that, though, we have the garlic is going good so far this year. I would say it's probably 8 to 10 inches tall right now. I'll show you in a minute here, but last fall we actually hired someone to come in and plant, and a friend of ours, he come in and he tilled. Well, we plowed it, dissed it. He rotor tilled it to get it nice and fine and fluffy, and then he planted with a homemade planter actually. And I'll put some footage in there right now. And it worked really well. The planter worked really well. The spacing is kind of cool. It's 9-inch row spacing and 9-inch plant spacing. There's a 24-inch hill with 3 rows on each hill, spaced 9 inches apart. And then there's 18 inches between the hills to get your tires through. So it's like, I think it's 42 inches is what it comes out to be. 42 inches per tractor width. Oh, look, there's a deer. Excuse me, girls. Just trying to get through. Thank you. Have a good day. What is going on here? Huh. Most people watching this are going to know, but if you don't know, my family and I do not farm the whole farm. We just farm a very small bit of it with the garlic right now. So that's not our tractor. This is not our field. Well, it's our field, but we're not farming it. It's leased. That is not our chicken manure. So the farmer is up here spreading chicken manure this week. That's what that is. This is kind of nice here. So what the loggers did is they brought in some stone, and down here there's a bridge, and they put some of those beach mats in that I was talking about, and they put some stone ramps in. I guess we can get out and show you here. Holy cow, the stream is running a little high. Normally that's about 3 foot wide and 1 foot deep. Looks like we kind of got it. Look, we got some stuff in the culvert here, must be. It's backed up a little bit. We'll have to clean that out. So these are the mats I was talking about. He didn't want the log trucks, doing anything to our bridge. So he put those mats across it and built some stone up. Yeah. Awfully turbulent. Definitely not laminar flow there. So this is a perfect example of what happens when you get 2 inches of rain in the past 2 days. It got a lot of rain in the area. So, but anyway, this is kind of a perfect example right here of what the loggers do. They don't want to rut everything up, and they don't want to destroy our woods. It's a reputation thing, you know. If people start hearing that they just come in and destroy your property, no one's gonna want them to come in and you know, cut their logs. They'll go find somebody else. So thought that was kind of a good example. You know, they don't want to hurt our woods, that's for sure. Let's try it out. Whee! All right, that was fun. Well, it looks like they still got a bunch of wood on the landing here. Most of their equipment's still here. I don't think they're actually here though. Let's go up and see. Well, that was pretty greasy. I'm gonna get right out of there. I don't wanna tear things up more than the loggers here. So we gotta go back down to the barn. Maybe we'll hop on a tractor and bring that up here. So it's a long walk. I can't even make a millennial joke, but I don't know. I have no excuse. I just don't want to walk all the way up the hill and into the woods, because that's like, I don't know, it's a long way, and there might be some rain coming, so I don't want to get stuck either, so. Oh, I can't do this with one hand. Oh, now it's going the wrong way. Don't mind me, I'm just over here. Don't mind me, I'm just over here riding the struggle bus, trying to get this door up with one hand. All right, I finally succeeded. This camera's all dirty. Now it's a little bit better. All right, well, now I have to pick a tractor. Looks good. Oh, geez, can't find the hole. There we go. Yup, got liquid. I just put 5 gallons of diesel in it yesterday, and I don't see it all over the ground. So we're gonna assume that that's full. Before we go up over the hill and look at the woods, is I'm gonna go pick up some bark out of the barn that we split all of our firewood in. I figured if I'm gonna run tractor all the way over the hill, it might as well be useful, bring some bark with me. So we're gonna go pick that up now. Garlic right there. Looks pretty good. I don't know if you can see that or not. So these are where they had the logs staged for the buyers to come and see them. And then down there, they put them to come get picked up by the log truck. We better put her in low range here. There we go. Kind of wet down in here. We're gonna get right out of there. It's pretty wet. So I think we're gonna leave the tractor right here and walk up in. Well, at least we got back in far enough to dump this trash we had, this bark. And they had already put some bark there, so I figured instead of having two little piles, better to have one big pile. I got that from Arlo Guthrie. Yeah, it's pretty sloppy out here. Well, as soon as I get off the tractor, the sun comes out, and now it's hot. I say it's hot. It's still only probably 60 degrees, but we're from upstate New York. That it's hot. As we get into the woods here, I'm really hoping that it dries out some. Ooh, almost fell there. That's not good. Yeah, it looks like it is. It's definitely drier here than it was out in the field. It's kind of funny too. This is actually downhill from the field. I'm still walking downhill. This is a long, probably half-mile sloping downhill. And this is a lot drier than it was out in the field. So we have a decently elaborate trail system in these woods. I'm not sure, does everyone else do that? I don't know. I smell a skunk. That's not good. But anyway, anyway, do people do that other than us? Oh my Lord, now that is sloppy. Let's get out of here. Jeez, I can't even walk anymore. All right, we're up on hard ground now. It's getting hot out. Gotta turn my hat around. Stuff's getting real now. Erosion. I suppose it's not that big of a deal because it did only erode about 6 feet and we're in the woods. Jeez, it's like a jungle gym in here. As you can see, it's getting wetter and wetter. There's some pretty good sized ruts in here. But we're approaching the spot where the skidder actually got stuck in the video. There's a field that I was filming in when it came out there. It is pretty dry and hard where I'm walking now, for what it is. But as you can see, I'm on a pretty, well, maybe you can't see, I'm on a pretty good downslope here. And there you have it. That's where he got stuck. That's where we're headed. Oh boy. Wow. Yeah, you can see that the center's kind of leveled off because he was dragging those mats with him the pass before he got stuck. Geez, I'm not even gonna be able to walk through here. This is deceiving on a camera, but this is probably up to my, I don't know, definitely past my knee, that's for sure. I'm not a very tall guy, but all right, I've jumped out. to safety. Wow, that is a deep rut. So this, you can see the difference. This is where he got stuck. That right there is probably up to my waist. That is a very deep hole. As you can see the difference here. That's crazy. It's not good. It's not what they wanted to do, but you know, it is what it is. I've already explained it, how it got really wet. So that's dangerous. This big this thing attacked me. Hold on. Oh, all right. Well, I had to fight the tree real quick. I won, so that's good. Good thing it didn't pull a knife on me or something. But anyway, so the point is here, the reason they were coming through the woods, as I told you, because they didn't want to come through the field. The reason they had to come on our property at all, because they weren't logging on our property. They were logging on the neighbor's property. The way that the property works is the road is way over there. Probably at this point, probably like 3/4 of a mile or more. There's a road way out there that there's a whole bunch of other properties in between here and there. And where they were logging was over there. So they were kind of landlocked. They could have gone out over on their property, but kind of the way it works is their property comes back, makes an L, and comes behind ours, which is where we're walking to. So it just kind of made more sense to come, instead of going back out and across, and there's a creek that runs through, they would have had to cross the creek, which is a whole other set of environmental hazards. They decided just to cut a road up through, well, they were going to come up the field, but then it rained, so then they came up through the woods. So that's kind of the story of why they're in here. I'm not going to walk down there because it gets pretty sloppy, as you can see by the ruts. But there's a little stream, then there's a field. On the back side of that field, there's a creek. But anyway, this is where they cross. This is the property line. This is where they crossed onto our property. One of the reasons why I came down here today, though, is I wanted to explore this new trail that they made. Right down there in the corner of the field, the trail comes up in through here, and then kind of makes an intersection with this trail that I'm standing on. That's the new trail that they made that kind of continues this one coming off the field and goes down our property line over to pretty cool place. We call it the High Banks here. I'll show you. But yeah, so this trail, geez, I almost fell again. This trail is pretty nice. It's not too messy. They didn't have to, oh, I guess they did cut some trees on our property. I didn't even see this before. Oh, no, there's a lime tree, so that's not our property, but it looks like they accessed it from our side. Wow. Well, anyway, this trail is pretty nice. It's not too messy. They didn't have to get much stuff out of it. As you can see, it looks like they did grab a couple things. So as we continue down this trail, we kind of get up into the part that I was talking about, called the High Banks. As you can see, we're starting to go up, and you know, the ground is still down there, over there. So as you can imagine, there is a high bank forming. I know the name is really original. There's some more wood. I didn't realize they accessed any wood from this trail, but I guess they did. That's cool. There's a rock right there. This is what we call Picnic Rock. As you can guess, this is where we have picnics. Or at least we did when I was a little kid. I haven't had a picnic out here in a very long time. Let's see, if we stand on top of Picnic Rock, nope. There's too much little stuff in the way now, but there's a pretty cool view from up here. This is the High Banks. As you can tell, we're on a pretty high bank. This is Flint Creek. It's flowing pretty good right now because all the rain in the past few days, but it's kind of cool. There's another field over there, That's not ours. That's actually the neighbor that was logging. So these are the kinds of things you get to enjoy when you don't spend all your time in a city or in a populated area. And you know, even during the coronavirus, I'm pretty socially distant right now. Just saying, I'd have to walk quite a ways to even find a person. I can hear a lawnmower running, but I don't know where it is. You know, I think that's really important that people understand. You know, you can't get that in a city. And granted, I like cities. I have no problem with cities. You know, we live about 6 hour drive from New York City. I've been there a few times and I loved it every time I went. I think it's a great place to visit. I could not live there. You can't find this stuff there. And I could not deal with that. You know, I like people, but not that much. So I feel bad for people that have to stay inside. I mean, if there's a lot of stuff on Netflix you haven't watched, good for you if you can keep yourself busy like that. But I can't. So I'm very fortunate that we live out here, you know, and I have this place to come get away from everybody, and I can still kind of enjoy my life and enjoy my time in nature. Does anyone else ever look at something like this, like the light at the end of a tunnel? You know, I mean, when you're in the woods, it's kind of like a tunnel, and then it opens up. I don't know. I always thought that was cool. I hear chainsaws. Oh, I most certainly hear chainsaws now. The guys must have been on lunch, now they're back. Well, that was a little slippery. I guess we'll get out of here.